Okay, this is part one of making my first window. So this is going to be really long and drawn out because there's a lot of different little bits in this, and my typing speed is about three letters a minute, so this is going to be quite long and drawn out. So I'm just going to crack on. I won't talk much because if I talk too much it takes me even longer because I can't do two things at once. So we're going to want, I love the way this thing knows what I want. Anyway, we're going to want that, we're going to want string, not that one, didn't ask for that, did I? Nope. We're also going to want functional, which I think we use in the resizing of the window. No, why does that keep putting that up when I don't ask it to? Very irritating. Functional. Let's put a gap in there. Then what we're going to do here is we are going to make a class which we're going to call GL. What are we going to call it? We're going to call it GLwin create. Window. This is going to require a width, it's going to need a height, and we're going to want a name, obviously, title for the name, which is const. Title. Nope. Like so. A little bit of room. Why is my machine having a funny 5 minutes with this? Oh, because I'm a plonker, that's why. Never mind. It'd be dangerous if I knew what I was doing. Let's take that out of there. It doesn't go in there at all. What we need to do is we need to do that in here. Like that. Right, we don't want any of that. That's not in my. So we need that to get us started. So that'll give us a window, give us a size and the title of it, which is, I think, pretty standard stuff. Then we got a destructor there for closing down. We need we need one of them, and that's going to be process events. Process events. That would have been good, but it filled in a load of stuff I don't want. shut down, shut the window down, should close, so, and we need to get the Windows handle. I think this is for. Nope. And that. No, it's not returning that. It's going to be a const. And actually, so is the one above it. Both of those like that. That gets us to there. And then we're going to need to go the next bit we're going to want to do, we're going to need to be able to get hold of the width and height for being able to add in resize. Actually, we're going to need one of them in a minute, so I'm going to put that there. So let's get int turn width, height, and in here we're going to do yep, pretty much all of that. I didn't know I wanted all of that. Actually, I don't want all that, but never mind. We don't want that. Don't want that. Right, to tell you what, we do need that. Actually, I'm going to move that. I'm going to put that at the top there like that. Then the two. Those two don't need title, don't need should close, but that can just be close. Like so. Don't need that, that's not needed. So I stood there scratching my head wondering why the static was not being why it's not allowing me to have static. I don't know what's gone wrong there. Nothing. Right, that goes there. Callback, Windows, prop, and then say that. Yep. Yep, new message, params and iparams. Okay, and then above here we still want one more bit we want in here because we want to be able to resize. Accept that, but that isn't what we want because we don't want in there we want int and then we want on resize something like that. That then gives us in here, we can start get these sent across. Oh, process of beds. Oh, my mouse is playing up. What's going on with my mouse? It's always something going on. Right, yep. Should close. This is like the window should close bit in GLFW. Come on, give me a... Yeah. Making my life difficult for some reason, I don't know why. Doesn't like me. Probably thinks I need another cup of coffee. And this one, there, so that's the ones we want. And that gives us all the bits we need, hopefully, to create our first window. So we can now start filling in some of the gaps, which is going to take quite a lot of time because I don't type very fast, so I'm wondering whether I should make that in another video, or whether I should start filling some of this in now. And let's start filling some of it in now. Say yes to that, but that isn't what I want to call it. I don't want to call it that. I want to call this GL window class, like so. Like that. What have I done wrong? Oh, I see. Oh, RT. Well, it was next to the. It was next to the R. It was next to the R. Let's make a little bit of room there. We also want to do that again. Class register equals false. Don't ask me why that did that, because a minute ago it was doing it right. Oh, oh. Quick undo, because I made a mess of that. happened there? Gone do lally on me. That's where sometimes using GitHub can cause you a headache, especially when you don't really know what you're doing. I don't know why is that gone a funny colour? It's all going weird. Anyhow, that's that. That's going to give me some options there which we can say yes to. Let's just go through them and make sure that's what we want. Because I have noticed that when GitHub tries to help you, or Copilot tries to help you, it sometimes doesn't always give you what you think you're getting. Like now, that's not what I want. That one there, we need that as GL create window. Like so. The next one's right. I'm going to change that from that so as it matches my original code. Can't imagine that makes any difference, but that's what I'm going to do. Then we need, what it's not put in there is we need WC HBR background. Yep, next bit's correct. And then we need to register the class and WC, and class registered equals true. So that's all that done nicely. I then want to do the next bit. We'll do the next bit. I think the video is not too long just yet, is it? We'll keep going for a bit. That's pretty reasonable. So let's run through that and see if that's right. Starts off with 0, the class name, title, don't know what that there is. String, like so. And then why doesn't it like that? Why doesn't something const I have, that should be WS up there. Oh, didn't like that. What's going on here? Why doesn't it like that? Got what we need up there. Okay. What have I just done on there? Oh, I can see. Idiot. Too many S's. Do string. No, it's still not liking that. What have I done? What have they done wrong there? And that doesn't like that there. That class name, C-string, do it over a window. CW, yep. Width and height, yep. Don't want that. That's not part of what I've got in my original. Oh, actually, it probably is because it's been done differently. Mine is done similar to. Goodness gracious me! It's all over the place. Story of my life. No, get rid of that. No pointer, and then it's said this was going to be a long one. Modal handle. And we want no pointer again, and this. That closes that out from there to there. We don't want any of that there. Sometimes wonder whether that actually speeds it up or slows it down. Dear oh dear oh dear. No, we don't want. I don't know why I pressed the button on that, because that wants to be empty, like so. Still not sure why that's not. Still not sure why that's not doing what it should do. Anyhow, press on a minute, press on a minute. So we need to throw an exception in here. Don't think that's how they meant me to spell it. A runtime error, failed to create the window. Okay, that's good. And then the last two bits on this piece, which are Windows bits, show window down here, that one, and that needs the HWND. Nope, the next one, and we also want then the last one is update. Nope. Update window, and that's just going to have the handle in there. Dum, 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 dum. Right, that's all of that so far to create our window. I'm gonna wind this up at this point, because this is going to take me 10 minutes to fathom that out, and I'd rather do that off screen then come back and do it. So for now, thanks for watching if you did.